We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your #1 resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Prepare yourself. Okay, let's go.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Nice to meet you, come take a seat in my mind. I'm sorry for the mess. I'm sorry for the mess, yeah. Nice to meet you, come take the key to my mind. I think it's time I get a few things off my chest, yeah. Nice to meet you, come take a seat in mine. I'm sorry for the mess, yeah. Nice to meet you, come take the key to my mind. I think it's time I get a few things off my chest. Sometimes I talk to myself in the shower, let the water run for hours, yeah. Sometimes I lose my breath, chasing my thoughts around at 3 a.m. when I'm overthinking again. Nice to meet you, come take a seat in my mind. I'm sorry for the mess, it's time for me to come.
Love it, Jordan. Jordan Rabjohn here, Power 98.5 live on air. I'm going to tell you, what do we have to talk about here with you today? Because you know it's going to get good.
Hi, hey Stephen, how are you doing? How you doing, mate?
I'm doing awesome. How did you like the intro to that?
Loved it. Thank you for playing the song, by the way.
We're going to do the entire song very shortly. Also, I've got another surprise for you because we're going to air live the video that you and your mom did, Catherine. I'm loving it.
Awesome.
I'm thinking of doing
cool.
Rise Up.
Yeah, that'd be the one to do. Yeah, that'd be awesome if you wouldn't mind, mate. That's perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. So bring us up to speed. What's been giving you the music bug itch that got you started?
Oh, I mean, I started with the music bug around 6 or 7 years old. To tell you the truth, I started writing music at that age. I was pretty obsessed with. I mean, you might find this strange because it's very different from the music that I release, but I was obsessed with the band Kiss and other sort of rock bands, and I was brought up on 70s music, so like David Bowie and that kind of stuff by my parents. So I started from a very young age, sort of obsessing over different bands and artists, and looking up to certain idols and wanting to be like those guys. So yeah, I got into writing music. I mean, I'll be honest, the earliest stuff that I was writing at that age was truly awful, but never gave it up. Grafted, and here we are. So yeah.
And obviously, you got the inspiration from your mom, because you made reference that you said, like many people may not know, but your mom's a better singer.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly know now, because that video incredibly has just done so well online. We really didn't expect it to do the numbers it's done. So now it seems the world knows that my mum's a better singer than me. But yeah, she was a professional singer for, I want to say, 30 years. Around that sort of time, she did sort of. She was a touring singer in various cover bands. So she unfortunately for her, she never sort of hit the mainstream as an artist. But I mean, as you can hear, she definitely has the voice. She has the voice for it, and yeah. So she's obviously a massive inspiration to me, and growing up hearing her sing, yeah, I suppose that just kind of led me on my way.
How does she feel about where your music career is at today?
Oh, she's my biggest fan. I know it sounds really cheesy, but yeah, she's my biggest fan. She's my biggest critic as well at times. Don't get me wrong, but no, she's obviously massively proud, and yeah, I think to be honest, I would sing more of my mom. You know, we get messages every day, tons and tons of messages. You know, you guys need to do an album. You guys need to do another song. We get requests for songs, and it's just about finding that fine line between, you know, she doesn't want me to become that artist who sings with his mum. You know, it's obviously lovely that we get together and do it, but it's just about finding that fine line between what's too much, where we almost become a duo. Do you know what I mean? So she's dead keen for me to keep going as a solo artist and make it that way.
How many covers have you and your mom, Catherine, have done so far?
I think we've got 3 out there at the minute. I believe we've got a couple of others lined up, which we've filmed, but we're just waiting for the right time to release those. We'll definitely be doing one around Christmas time, sort of Christmas song, and possibly another one in between. But yeah, it's do you know what's funny? Me and my mum have almost like a more of a brother and sister type relationship than a mother and son, in the sense that, you know, we're really, really close, and what you see on that video is obviously really lovely, but we always laugh because behind closed doors, when we're filming those videos, there's a lot of stress. You know, we bicker, and it's all fun and games. But yeah, she's like my best friend, so you know, it's all fun and games. We enjoy doing them.
Please come out with a vinyl. If you two do a Christmas, whatever you guys do, I'm huge in purchasing vinyls right now. I don't know what got me into it. Something is in the air, and I couldn't pass on a deal of a record player, so I end up getting it, and I'm having a lot of fun getting, you know, new albums. And there's just something about listening to the music on vinyl. It's just very different. And I was thinking, you know, is it worth paying for? And it is. It's so easy to go and listen to music on iTunes, Spotify, and it's worth it. You guys deserve the recognition. You guys deserve what you put into all the hard work, the value, and the creativity. To listen to it on vinyl is a completely different experience. Do you agree?
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny that you should say that, because I've been considering getting myself a vinyl player recently. It's kind of a thing in the UK. I'm not sure if it's the same over in the States, but it's very, very trendy at the minute. It's very fashionable, and it's becoming very popular. All my friends have got vinyl players, and yeah, it's almost like it's an addictive. Sorry, collecting the vinyls. So yeah, I've been considering getting into it for a while now. You might have just convinced me. So yeah, but for sure, I'd love to release music on vinyl. I wouldn't know how to do it, to be honest. I'd have to do some research into that. But yeah, for sure.
It is easy to do. I take it you're handling all your management or the distribution aspect. You're making all the final decisions on it.
Yeah. It's all me. Yeah.
I know here in the States, there are companies that you can, I believe, submit your music or such to it, and they will do it, or your distribution company can sort you out with that. So definitely look into it. And once you do, I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to be the first one. I'm going to be buying it.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll be sure to let you know.
Martin Henderson, massive fan, listened for so long. Please, can I get a shout out? So
Martin Henderson is one of my best friends. So he is. I know Martin. He, I literally am in a band with Martin. So, Martin, thank you for listening, mate. I hope you're having a good day at work. Martin is a mailman. Martin's a postman in the UK. So,
oh, is he?
hope he's having a good day. I know his car broke down yesterday. He spent a few hours stuck on a motorway. So, hope you're having a better day than yesterday, mate.
Yeah, Martin, I hope things get better for you. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Jordan. And yeah, I'm going to say people would be screwed without you if they didn't have someone to help them with their mail.
That's the one. Absolutely.
Now, what do you guys do together? Are you still practice or play or?
Yeah. So, obviously at the minute we do very little, unfortunately, with the COVID situation. But yeah, so me and Martin Martin, I never like to say Martin plays bass for me because I see it as more of a band. But when I perform as Jordan Rabjohn live, yeah, Martin plays bass with us. So Martin's a great bass player, and yeah, so hopefully we'll get back to gigging. Well, I was going to say very soon, but just whenever would be nice, because at the minute there's not much going on in the live music scene, is there?
What's happening with the quarantine aspect over there where you are?
Life, I mean, it feels like it's getting back to normal. Shows, restaurants, hairdressers have all opened back up. There are obviously restrictions. We have to wear a mask wherever we go. But in terms of music, the live scene is still completely off limits. It's a shame, really, because there's quite a few venues locally that have shut down. I know across the country it's been hit quite hard, the music industry, especially the live scene. So it's a shame. I just hope like the festivals that the UK has had going on for years and years, decades, I hope they survive, because it's looking pretty grim at the minute.
And there's been no word on exactly when you guys or your country would be opening back up to such things as venues or live gigs?
As far as I'm aware, there hasn't. I might be wrong. I might be a few days or a week behind the news on that. But I know that they're speaking about football game, obviously soccer to you guys. Football games opening, football stadiums, should I say, opening back up October, November. So in theory, if 30,000 people are allowed to cram into a football stadium, then surely music venues should be able to open up at that time. So I'm hoping October, November, but honestly, I don't know at the minute. It's we've certainly not got any plans booked in gig wise. Okay. So yeah, it's a shame, because we had a couple of gigs booked in actually when the whole COVID situation sort of kicked off, and obviously we had to cancel those. So it seems like ages since I've been on stage.
Are you ever coming to the States at all in the future?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to. I mean, I've been to the States on family holidays countless times, but never for music, never for business. So that's part of the dream, I'll be honest with you. I know everyone, in the world wants to break the States as an artist. I know it's one of the hardest things to do, but yeah, that's up there on the list, on the bucket list.
Well, I hope you do,
for sure,
because I want my media pass. I want to come get some good behind the scenes content, and then we can go on party and have some drinks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's see here. Patty Evans, love the song you and your mom sang.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you. You know what? I wish my mum was here, because I could pop her on for a minute or so and let you speak. But no, she's just gone out just before I came on air. But no, thank you. We really do appreciate all your comments, and honestly, it's pretty mind blowing the response that we've had from that video from all corners of the world. So I'd like to take this opportunity to say that we get that many messages that it's got to the point now where we can't respond individually as much as we would love to. So I just want to say to anyone who's messaged me, privately or commented on a video, whatever, we see your messages and we really do appreciate them. But honestly, it's just been overwhelming, the reaction.
Well, when you debut Nervous on 8/20, okay, this month.
Yes.
All right. If your mom's available, bring her on. And
yeah, for sure.
I'd love to get word with her and her thoughts. And if she wants to do a little melody, she's more than welcome to.
She would love that. I'll as soon as she comes back, I'll tell her that she's booked on air on the 21st when we release Nervous.
Okay. Officially the 21st or the 20th?
Do you know what? I second guess myself now. I think it's 21st. I should know that, shouldn't I? If anyone on earth should know that, it's me. But I had to double check then. It's Friday the 21st of August. Yeah.
All right. Just so you know. All right. I wonder if this is my new single. Nervous is out in 3 weeks. Please. All right. This is for a pre-save on 8/20. Wait, are we on 8/20/21? Oh no, 8/21. You guys do your numbers backwards from us.
That's it. Yeah. That'll be it. Yeah. No, and you know what? Every time, because I have quite a large audience in the state in terms of like the percentage of my audience that's split around the world. A large percentage of it is over in the States with you guys, and every time I post a date online, I always think this is going to confuse half of my sort of followers.
And it just did. I'm looking at it and it's like, wait a minute. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, he's not going to be doing this drop in 2021. So yeah, so everyone listening, excuse me, looking at it here in a mindset or through the mindset of someone here in the States. So it's 8/21, August 21st of this year. Nervous is dropping.
That's the one.
All right.
That's
right.
When
we need to get you on the 21st. And if your mom's available, please let her know. So pre-save now.
Awesome. Yes.
Where can everyone go to get that?
So on my, pretty much on every social media page that you will find of me, in the bio, there will be a link. Click that link and you'll find the pre-save link through there. So for example, on Instagram, hit the link and it'll just be right there, pre-save Nervous.
Well,
it should be as easy as that.
Thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt. My apologies, but I'm very excited to say, Catherine, she just said, I will be there. Promise.
Oh, is she commenting now?
She's commenting now. Yeah, she's that just popped up. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Thank you, Catherine. Well, I hope you're still listening, Catherine, because we're going to go right into this. I like my interviews to unfold naturally. I don't do a script. I have a little bit of a layout, but I like to keep to the authenticity of how it unfolds naturally and where the conversation goes. So being that you just shared with us, Catherine, that you're going to grace us and definitely give us the honor to chat with you on the 21st, I would like to play Rise Up, cover by Catherine and Jordan. How about that?
Of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. when the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like a day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. All we need is hope. And for that we have each other. And for that we have each other. Now rise up, rise like now rise up. In spite of the ache, I will rise up 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you,
Everyone, you've got to go to Jordan's YouTube, because to watch the video, it just brings it all together.
Yeah.
And the signs that you guys are holding up.
Yeah, we just wanted to sort of spread a bit of positivity, because we released that sort of right in the middle of the sort of the peak of the COVID cases, or at least in the UK. So understandably, people were pretty low at that point. So yeah, we just wanted to sing a nice song, spread a positive message, and yeah, truly never expected it to go as crazy as it did.
What brought you to the X Factor? I would like to go there right now.
Ooh, the X Factor. What brought me to the X Factor? I guess, to tell you the absolute truth, maybe impatience. And what I mean by that is, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest advocate for those kind of shows. Not that my time on the show was bad or anything like that. I just think, obviously, as an artist, as an unsigned artist, you're wanting to break through. You do anything it takes, and you grind and you graft. And I think maybe I got to a stage and I thought, I've done everything in my power, or I thought I had done everything in my power at that time to sort of make it happen. And I guess I saw it as like a stepping stone. I wouldn't say I saw it as like a shortcut or like an easy win, but possibly a stepping stone to get you that exposure. So yeah, I did it. Say I regretted it, but I certainly wouldn't do it again. And I certainly, my advice would be to anyone who's considering going on one of these shows is just decide what kind of artist you want to be. If you want to be a real artist, and I use that word, I don't mean that like negatively on anyone who would go on a show. And at the end of the day, I went on. So, but if you want to be like a real artist who breaks through naturally, then maybe it's not the right thing. But there's obviously been some incredible success stories from the show. But yeah, I probably wouldn't do it again. I don't know what you think to that. It's always a strange one because when I say it, people go, "Oh, really?" Like yeah. I almost try and avoid my link to the X Factor just because I feel like it can do as much bad for you as it can do good if you're linked to those kind of shows. But that's just my opinion, and obviously, like I said, there's been some incredible success stories off the back of those kind of shows. So yeah.
For what it's worth, and I'm saying this objectively as a representative, I believe what you have done and every decision you have made has been perfectly brilliant and designed in a way to where it's led you to where you are at today.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, no regrets from going on the show. And I don't really do regrets. I don't think it's good for you, to be honest. But yeah, every path leads you, obviously, has led me to this point, which is a pretty good place to be. So yeah, I agree completely.
When Simon Cowell said, "We're impressed with his catchy original song and punchy performance," that hands down says that you're moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. The judges were lovely. They were lovely, and that was amazing to hear. So yeah, I'll always look back on it with fond memories, sort of thing. But yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? You would think that my time on there was positive. I don't know. I can't really explain it. I just don't know if I would do it again. But like you say, this it's led me to where I am now. So yeah.
Take this in consideration. You're made for television. You've got great fashion sense. You are not shy with the camera. And the number one question to ask yourself is, am I ready for the world? Because the world is ready for you. I mean, for the fact of it is for God, the universe, all the above, whatever it is that you believe in, you made it onto the show. And this is my heart, what my gut is telling me to say, Jordan, the world is ready for you. The question is are you ready for the world? And I believe that's something for you to really answer and own it, because you are a teacher. All right. So, you teach music.
Yeah.
There's a difference of being in the world and being there for others. Would you like to be there for yourself? And with everything that you're putting into within your music career, it's imperative that you not only answer it, but own it, of whether or not you're going to allow the world to be able to see you, receive you, and embrace you. Because if you're not able to emotionally and mentally and physically be in that position, you're going to step out sporadically. You're going to come out with all these great videos, amazing music, wonderful, treats and things that you're doing with your mom. But you've got two identities and you can do them both. But right now you're staying in one lane when you can have a foot in both lanes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that I've thought a lot about recently, and I spoke to my mom, I spoke to my my manager, my sort of the team that work around me with my music, and like I said, when we just earlier, I said, we're trying to find the line between, I'll be honest, I don't want to be a duo with my mum, and I know my mum doesn't want that, but it's nice to do. And if we get, I'm not going to kid myself, I'm going to lie to myself, the stuff I've done with my mum has got just as much sort of exposure just as much response, if not more, than my music. So the way I look at it is, the stuff I do with my mum, we enjoy doing it. We obviously we enjoy seeing the response. We're really grateful for the messages and the comments that we get, and just the response in general. And then if that leads people then to listen to my own, like my original music, which sort of tells my personal story, then it's a win-win. That's how I look at it. So yeah, that's sort of the plan going forward, is just keep doing. We're just going to keep doing both. We're going to do me, and we're going to do me singing with my mum, because enough people want to hear it, want to see it. So that's the plan moving forward, I think.
Do you enjoy doing both?
Yeah. It's, I mean, like you mentioned the teaching as well. I enjoy doing the teaching. Would I give up the teaching if someone said, right, you're going on, I don't know, you're going on a world tour, you're going to be doing, it's going to be Jordan Rabjohn is full on 24/7, and that's it, then, you know, I'd drop the teaching in a heartbeat. I might miss certain aspects of it, but look, the bigger dream is obviously music. And yeah, if someone said, look, I don't know, you signed to a major record deal, or you've got this tour or whatever, and we need to drop the collaborations with your mum, and it's just you, I wouldn't even need to think about it, because my mum would say, absolutely, stop, we don't do it, you go and take on the world, sort of thing. So yeah,
I would say do what feels good and feels right for you. And I truly believe, if anything, things for a reason. I have a feeling you may believe in that. With this conversation and this interview, you can have best of all worlds. The reason why is because you're owning it. You're sharing tremendous amount of transparency. That's what is enlightening. It's inspiring. And it's not something that many people have the opportunity. And here's something I would like to offer you to really receive it as a gift and advice, is there are many broken homes out there. There are many people, and I can relate with myself. You know, my biological mother is no longer here in this world. That's a whole other story, but I know what it's like to have a mother that's absent. And my mom, who adopted me, she's no longer here. And there are many people of all ages that come from broken homes that don't have the support system that they wish they could, because both parents have to work, or they've got one parent. So many people are dealing with the lack of security to have at least one parent. You're blessed to where you're able to share, you and your mom together are sharing a gift to let people know that this is hope, to look at your life, to ask, who do I love? Who loves me? And what can I do to respect the value of those that are in my life, no matter how big or small, you know, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, niece, nephew. You know, adoption is very much happening greatly right now, because people are really understanding the value of what human life means and what it's about, and family and relationships. And that's what you're offering. And you're doing it both with your mom and solo. Once again, with great encouragement and suggestion. Embrace all of this, because you're doing a lot more. And it's what the world needs. When I watched you and your mom, it brought back the thoughts of my mom. It brought back, you know, ideas like, wow, like I remember when my mom and I used to sing in the car back when, you know, tapes were the biggest thing. You know, she loved Barry Manilow. You know, there was music, pop music that, you know, my mother was a deacon in a church, missionary, a nurse, you know, who worked in a hospital. And there were some things that were very, very strict and you know, but she had an open mind. So when I turned her on some of the pop music back in the 80s that I used to listen to, she got into it. And that I can relate to you and your mom, Catherine, in that way. You guys just take it to another level, but you are sharing a lot more, and it's needed. And
Yeah.
I really hope you receive that message.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. No, I appreciate what you know what you're saying. Yeah, we'll certainly keep doing what we can to spread that positivity, and you know that's the main thing. I always say, not to sound cheesy, because it can easily come across as a bit cheesy, but you know that was the main intention when we did the Rise Up cover, was just to see if we could pull people out. If someone's in a dark place, see if we could spread some love and pull them out of that dark place. So yeah, hopefully we've done that, and yeah, we'll see what we can come up with next to make people smile. Really.
You did it. You accomplished it. And I really enjoyed watching it as it was playing, and to see the interaction with you and your mom and the signs that you were holding up. You're really on your great true path. And with that being said, I would like to play live Overthinking Again. This song is on Power 98.5 Top 40. It is one of my new favorite. And is there anything you would like to share about this song? The way you created it, what inspired you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that's obviously an original song. It's very personal to me, but the response from that one has been incredible as well, because apparently it's also personal to a lot of other people. So the gist of the song is, I did quite a lot of overthinking during lockdown, and to tell you the truth, way before that. So I've always been a bit of an overthinker. I'm the sort of person who, I'll get in bed at night and it'll take me an hour or two to switch off, because I just, you know, overthink all the things that have happened that day, or what I've got going on, things that play on your mind. So yeah, I'm a massive overthinker, and just wanted to sort of put that into a song in the most raw way that I could. So I tried not to sort of hold back. It's not really meant to be a dark song. It's not meant to be depressing in any way. But I think because I wrote it quite raw, that you could receive it that way. But a lot of people have had a positive reaction to it and have been saying, I couldn't have put how I feel any better than this, and people are relating to the song and the lyrics. So yeah, the response has been incredible to this, and yeah, so it's very personal to me. So I appreciate you playing it. Absolutely.
Overthinking Again by Jordan Rabjohn on Power 9.
Cause in my mind, I'm sorry for the mess. I'm sorry for the mess, yeah. Nice to meet you, come take the key to my mind. I think it's time I get a few things off my chest, yeah. Nice to meet you, come take a seat in mine. I'm sorry for the mess, yeah. Nice to meet you, come take the key to my mind. I think it's time I get a a few things off my chest. Sometimes I talk to myself in the shower, let the water run for hours. Yeah. Sometimes I lose my breath, chasing my thoughts around at 3 a.m. when I'm overthinking again. Nice to meet you, come take a seat in my mind. I'm sorry for the mess, it's time for me to come clean. I need to rewind, it's time that I confess that I lie every time when I say that I'm fine. Sometimes I talk to myself in the shower, let the water run for hours. Yeah. Sometimes I lose my breath, chasing my thoughts around at 3 a.m. when I'm overthinking again. Nice to meet you, come take a seat in my mind. You need to hold on tight, it can be dangerous running away with us. Fasten up your laces or you might find you're tripping just like I've been tripping when it's 3 a.m. when I'm overthinking again. Nice to meet you, come take a seat in my mind. I'm sorry for the mess, I'm sorry for the mess, yeah.
I love that song. I look forward
Thank
to
you.
play every time it comes on, and I'm like, it moves me. I can relate to it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm a little bit. Do you know what it is when you make sort of music for yourself? I become sort of desensitized to a song, because when you write, I start writing it, and then because I record my own music, I record it, and then I spend a week or two or however long mixing it, and you hear the song over and over and over and over again. So usually the message in the song kind of gets lost with me after hearing my own song over and over again. You kind of get desensitized to it, and then it becomes just a sound that I'm used to hearing. But that one does kind of, yeah, it kind of hits home for me, and it's strange because it's my song, and I don't have that with any of my other music. So yeah, it certainly does the job on me. It makes it kind of, yeah, it always hits home for me, and yeah.
What about Drunken Minds? What inspired you with that one?
Drunken Minds. That's a little less deep, I suppose. Yeah. That one's just about the typical kind of. I mean, I've been guilty of it at times. Having a drink or too many drinks, and then speaking my mind. You know, the old cliche, drunken minds speak sober truths. I kind of just thought, it's a relatable subject. Whenever I have a drink, whether that's with my friends, I'm always, I don't know, more honest, more, you know, if you love someone, you always tell them. Well, I do, at least. I'm always more loving when I've had a drink. And you know, if you've got something maybe not so loving to say to someone, or you need to get something off your chest, it usually comes off after a few drinks. By the way, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm saying this. Yeah. So that's the gist of that song. Is, yeah, drunken minds speak sober truths. So I tried to kind of tie it into a love song, if you like. Not a love song, but you know, I'm singing to a girl.
What I like to share with you is I can relate and understand. I always say alcohol is truth serum. And
Yeah.
I'm very much an Aries. And as you know, very A-type, very much let's go, let's go, let's go. Things don't move quick enough. Sometimes my little joke is, if anyone has ever watched Willy Wonka and a Chocolate Factory, you know, I'm very much a Veruca Salt. I want it and I want it now. So if I were to have a cocktail, and once again, I can relate, it just lets go of the weight that I put on my shoulders.
Yeah.
So I can understand and relate to you with that. Would you like to listen to it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you would.
Yeah. Drunken Minds by Jordan Rabjohn featuring Charlotte Hannah on Power 98.5.
Yeah, I'm talking to you with I'm a little shy when I'm dry, but baby, I'm a pushover when I'm sober, yeah. And most of the time I can't even look you in the eye. Well, baby, it's about time I try. So give me a sip of that liquid confidence and watch me spill my secrets, how I'm feeling about you, girl, when I've had a few, yeah. Cause I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you with a drunken mind. I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you with a drunken mind. I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you saying I love you and I probably mean it, baby, cause a drunken mind never lies. No, I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you when baby, I can tell no lies. No, I can't even lie, girl. When I got a drunken night, I'm a little shy when I'm dry. Baby, I've been thinking about you all night. Out of my mind, because I wanna tell you just how I feel this time. So give me a sip of that liquid confidence and watch me spill my secrets, how I'm feeling about you, boy, when I've had a few. Cause I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you with a drunken mind. I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you with a drunken mind. I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you saying I love you and I probably mean it, baby, cause a drunken mind never lies. No, I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you when baby, I can tell no lies. I can't even lie, girl. When I got a drunken night, cause I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you with a I'm telling the truth if I'm talking to you when
You've got a great cinematographer, whoever does your videos.
Oh, do you know what? That's me and my girlfriend with an old iPhone.
That was done with an iPhone.
That's
What?
with an iPhone. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. It's just a bit of clever editing just to kind of mask the bad picture quality. And yeah, just literally that was in my girlfriend's bedroom. She just filmed me on an iPhone.
I would not have thought that was done by an iPhone. Very nicely done. And you know what?
Thank you.
You can do anything with an iPhone, especially a good one this day and age.
You know what it is? When you're an unsigned artist and you don't have a huge budget, you kind of have to find ways to appear professional and at the top of the game without having to actually spend the money. So you kind of I've kind of learned special kind of cheating techniques that come across, quite professional, but you spend half the budget. So yeah, that's it's awesome that you sort of watched that video and thought it looked good, because truthfully, it is just an old iPhone.
What software are you doing to just synchronize everything? I mean, making sure each layer, each scene is in synchronicity.
Yeah, I use Adobe Premiere Pro.
So you took all the videos by the iPhone and uploaded it to Adobe.
Yep, took them all. What I do is I just play the song on a separate speaker, obviously sing to it, and then sort of line them all up with drop them into Premiere Pro, line the video up with my mouth, then overlay the actual audio, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's that music video cost absolutely nothing at all to make. So I think that's kind of a message I would send out to any other unsigned self-releasing artists is, you can do anything, especially these days, you can do anything yourself for very little money at all. Now, don't get me wrong, it costs money to buy an iPhone, but it's certainly cheaper than a £10,000 or $10,000 video camera.
Mm-hmm. Very nicely done. Let's talk bedroom.
Yeah. I'm worried about what you're gonna. What time?
I know. I wonder what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah.
So I watched a video. You referred that your bedroom is not a bedroom; it's a toy store.
That's right. You could say that. Yeah.
So what I want to touch on a couple things. This is more of like a get to know, and let's see here. Do I have a little music prompt? Let's see here. Here we go. Let's go into Jordan Rabjohn's bedroom. All right.
Do you know that is the exact sound clip that you would use if you were looking at it? Because I'm sat looking at it all now, and that is so fitting.
So, oh, not the right one. Here we go. Pixar, Pokemon, and Pez.
Yep. To name a few things in this room. Yeah.
I watched the video several times and paused. And so let's start with Pixar. Frozen, Cinderella, Mulan, or Lady and the Tramp. What one is your top favorite?
Out of those films, I'd go Lady and the Tramp.
Out of all the Pixar films that you have in your room, or maybe ones that you haven't gotten yet, what one would be your top favorite as well?
Wow. Okay. All the Disney Pixar films. It's tough to pick just one. I know it should be much easier than this. Toy Story, Monsters Inc. If we're speaking Pixar, then Toy Story or Monsters Inc.
Okay.
Or Cars, maybe. But in terms of Disney classics, Aladdin, Lion King. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Disney geek.
Now that we're, and just to let you know, and what I did, Jordan, is I wrote down the ones I thought would be very interesting. That's why I wrote down Frozen, Cinderella, Mulan, or Lady and the Tramp, because they're all classics, and I love all four of those. Actually, rephrase. Frozen, I haven't gotten too much into because I haven't put too much time into it. This is the perks of having friends who have kids, so I get to see movies I normally wouldn't watch. I'm going to say maybe about 45 minutes into Frozen, but I can see I don't know if you want to call it hype, but the interest in that movie. But for me, it's Cinderella. And the reason why is, with those who understand my background and just from where the roots of where I come from, it really is that goal, that dream, that inspiration for myself, that you need to be an inspiration. You need to have hope, believing in yourself. And I believe the interpretation for me, the whole idea of a fairy godmother is faith. It's what you believe in, it's prayer, and it's pushing through fear. And that's why I love that movie so much. That's the message I got, is push through fear.
Absolutely. And if you don't believe in yourself, then no one will. So absolutely, you've got to be your own best friend. And I think you've got to be able to, I mean, just going back to the overthinking song, I think you've got to, it's a great thing if you can be left to your own mind and be happy with that. I think there's this, getting a bit deep, but it's if you can be just in your own head and be happy there, and that's such an important thing.
Pez, who's your favorite character? Because I saw Goofy. There were a couple other good ones in there.
What have I got? I got Mickey Mouse because I've always been I mean, you know, earlier I mentioned that we've been on countless family holidays, vacations to the States. You might be disappointed to hear that those have all been to Orlando. And when I say disappointed, what I mean is, obviously, how many states are there in the US? I don't want to guess, because I'll be honest, I don't know, but I know it's
we got 50 states. Let's ask
50
Alexa,
states.
how many states are in the United States? 50 states.
50 states.
Alabama.
Okay, so including Alabama, right? So 50 states. And I've been to the United States probably 12, 13 times, maybe more, and only ever been to Florida. So that's why I say, when I speak to my American friends and they go, oh, okay, you've been quite a few times, yeah, but only to Florida. So I'm a massive Disney geek. I'm a massive Orlando theme park fan. But usually the response I get is like, oh, you're missing out. You're missing out on the rest of the states.
I don't know if you have. I mean, you're how old?
25.
All right. If you were your age, or say 20 years old in the 1980s, I'm going to say definitely in the 90s, because I know that you definitely loved the 90s era. If you were 20 years old in the 90s and you went to New York, Chicago, and I can't speak for LA, but I'm going to definitely say Philadelphia, New York, and Chicago, you would have loved it. The reason why is you had privacy. You could go to any club, bar, restaurant. I'm just going to be honest. You did not put up with this vigilante bullshit where everyone's pulling out their little pocket cell phones, recording everything. Like, if you wanted to be a drunken mess in a club, you can be a drunken mess in a club. If you want to have a little hanky-panky in a bathroom, you didn't have to worry about anybody putting a phone underneath the stall or over the stall trying to tape you. You could do so much back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and the freedom was incredible. Your generation, and I truly, truly work with many millennials and Gen X. I respect your generation, love your generation, and you're giving this world the biggest kick in the ass that it needs, because we need real change. Okay, across the board, we need real change. The only thing I don't envy is the fact that your generation has more trauma from the politics BS. We live in a world where it's all about power and empowerment. If you really look at it, no matter what it is, everything's about power and empowerment, and there's no privacy. Not saying my generation as a Gen X was any better. We had our issues as well, but I'm going to honestly say, when I think of this day and age and your generation and Gen Z, it's like, why would anyone bitch and complain about millennials? Why would anybody have anything to say about the younger generation? Do you not know what they have to freaking deal with? You know, shootings, raids, pandemics, you know, political nonsense, you know, struggle for freedom and independence. And then on top of it,
social
privacy.
Social media as well.
But I'm going to tell you, I would have loved that back in my day and age, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, social media is obviously as a modern day music artist, but pretty much as a modern day anything, you're trying to make it in any sort of field. Social media is going to be a big part of your job, how you market your business, whatever. But specifically about music, I would love to drop off the face of the earth when it comes to social media and just do it sort of I don't want to say old-fashioned way, but the sort of have it just all be about the music and live gigs and buying music and whatnot. And but yeah, social media has just become such a big thing. It's just engulfed everything, hasn't it? So I have to be on social media and be seen to be posting constantly and on all the different platforms, and yeah, it kind of just takes you away from real life at times. But then obviously there's a really great side to it, because obviously, you know, I'm able to share my music with the world as opposed to just the city that I live in. So there's pros and cons, definitely.
The positive side is, let's say if you were in the 1980s and early 90s where things were at, it was very difficult. Why do I say this? Is because where social media and connection is at today, which people, and I'm going to say of any age, you know, really understand. When I started in public relations, when I was 18, you know, business, you didn't have access to people's numbers. People didn't put their email addresses. The only way that you can get, especially if let's say I wanted to interview you, I would have to know someone personally that's part of your team, or if you're with a record company, it would have to come in as a referral. There is no way in years ago anyone could reach out to anyone as easy as you can today. Book an interview, book a gig, get signed by a record company. Everything was, you had to have a college education, or you had to be really, really slick as a salesman to be able to get the opportunities we have today. So for your generation, especially what you did with your iPhone, okay, in the 80s and early 90s, we would have to pay about $1,000, and you got to figure, all right, we were stuck with VHS. Look at the digital aspect of what you can do. Like you said, you're recording and you upload it to Adobe. We didn't have any of that back then. So everything is so easily put into everyone's hands today. The number one thing is what I call the journalist vigilante, where everyone's pulling out once again their cell phones and recording and taping everything. Start freaking enjoying life. Be private. Go to clubs. Leave your cell phones off. I'm going to tell you, when I lived in Vegas, it was one of the best cities I ever lived in. Never thought in the entire world, especially with having a dad that was in the military, that I ever would love the city of Las Vegas. Best city I ever visited. Best city I ever lived in. Problem though, especially in Vegas, I remember I was invited to an event. There were these two girls that, you know, were out partying. They came and started to, you know, join in on our crowd. And I remember they were both working at FedEx, and both were drunk, but the one was just shit-faced plastered. And she starts getting on the ground. Now, keep in mind, she had a white summer dress on, and she's getting on the ground, splitting her legs, showing her underwear, falling on her face. I said to her friend, I was like, your friend needs help here. Go get her. And in the meantime, instead of anybody helping this young, innocent girl out, and why I say innocent, because it's not relevant of what she drank and how much she drank. You've got two options as a human being to be a decent human being. Help someone that is unable to help themselves, instead of pulling out your little phones and recording in which they were doing. And my one friend said to me, and I won't ever forget this, she said, "Aren't you going to tape this?" I said, "Why the fuck am I going to tape this girl?" I ended up pushing a couple people out because there were a couple like unsightly guys looking at her in a wrong way. And I got her by the left arm, and I went to her friend. I was like, "Listen, you need to go and you need to sit her down, or you guys need to leave. If you need me to get you a cab, get you something, an Uber, whatever, let me know. But you cannot stay in this situation and in this position." I want people to know, and I don't mean to go to that area, but it's an important topic since we're on this and about social media. Be fucking responsible. It's as simple as that. And be a good human being and stop enjoying other people's misery, stupidity, and everything else. Because the other thing that's a problem with social media is, listen, if you love nudity, you like, you know, back in the 80s, it was all about tits and ass. Now it's all about dick and ass. And I'm just going to put it to you real and raw. You know, someone like yourself as a true, real artist that's fully clothed, you deserve the respect and everything that you've worked hard for. But it's amazing in this day and age that all you have to do is have a semi-erect penis, naked and nude on social media, and you get millions of likes and followers. It's like, grow the heck up. Why is sex and nudity the only thing that seems to be important on social media? But someone like you that's classy and sophisticated, when you're posting good content, you got the numbers. But can you imagine the numbers you really should have and deserve? Instead of in the thousands, why not the hundreds of thousands of millions? But guaranteed, if you were like half naked, you know, in your underwear, oh, they be loving eating up all these thirsty people. So that's the other problem with social media. Listen, I don't have an issue with nudity or anything else, but stop giving praise to people who are porning and pimping and prostituting and trafficking themselves out there. Okay. They are what would it be? They're a self predator to their own self. Okay. Self-predatorial behavior, porning and pimping and trafficking themselves. It doesn't deserve notoriety. Someone such as Jordan Rabjohn, he's someone, and people like him deserve notoriety. So put your attention, your likes, your comments, and your shares more on content that shows intellectual importance instead of just nudity, dick, tits, and ass. That's my elevator speech.
I would agree. I would agree with that. I would agree with definitely. I mean, you see it more and more with music. It's. I mean, I guess sex has always sold right through since the early days of pop music, but now more than ever, it's almost like the shackles are completely off, and you know, whoever can be the most, I don't know, the sexual in the lyrics, in the visually, like on social media, in their music videos. You know who I really, really, really respect at the minute? Billie Eilish. And the reason why I've got so much respect for her is because she, I mean, don't get me wrong, anyone's body is their body. They can do whatever they want with it. If they get it out, get it out. If you want to keep it away, it's your body, do what you want with it. But Billie Eilish is kind of, she's truly just about the music, and I believe that she's had pressure from the music industry to turn into this typical pop star, typical female pop star. How, you know, show a bit more skin, and she's kind of just gone, no, I'm gonna go on stage in baggy pants and a jumper because it's just about the music to her. So I've got a lot of respect for that, actually. So I agree that it's far too overly sexualized at times, music.
Well, keep in mind, look at the fact of this, especially a major artist that was in pigtails and squatting, or however you want to put on whatever that position is, on the ground. Everyone knows her. It's the people who are managing and representing and promoting young talent. And I'm going to tell you this. Go for the art. Go for the songs. That's the biggest thing back in my generation. The music came before the artist. Now it's the artist before the music. But, you know, young girls and young guys do not need to be pimped porn or predatorized out there in the music industry. We don't need someone in, short skirt. I just saw, she looked 12 years old, someone on Instagram, definitely a minor. Okay. Very well-known minor in the industry. All right. On a major network program in a bathtub. And even though I don't know, had a bikini top or bra, but it's like, what is this girl who's definitely, early teens doing a video, trying to act like she's putting on her makeup in a bathtub? Because I'm going to tell you this, when I was that age, when all of us was that age, we were not relating. Now don't get me wrong. Okay. Kids are kids, we all understand sexually and finding out who we are, but not even the last thing that, especially my generation, that we needed to have emphasized is someone of our own age or around our age being sexualized. We went for the music of how it felt. So once again, if you're a mom, dad, whoever you are, even, for yourself, anyone who's representing any, record company, whoever it is, if they're wanting to put your kid, no matter who you are, what age, in a bathtub, doing bedroom scenes, why? Because you're not selling music.
Strange.
You're not. You're not selling music. You're selling predatorial, kid trafficking content.
Yep, I would agree with that. Yeah, it's it's pretty simple. If you're a minor, if you're underage, then there shouldn't be any sex. There's any part of it. It has to be about the music, and I would question anyone who thinks otherwise. And like you said, the people at these I mean, I don't know what artists you're talking about, but I know some. I know examples, and it should be about the music. It's a bit disturbing, really. But I worry about like some of the music in the charts. It's I'm not going to name names because I don't want to hate on any particular artist, but there are some artists who you hear the music and you think it's almost like you're just trying to be as vulgar and as sexual and just try and cram as much dirt into a song lyrically and visually as you can. And that's what the kids are seeing. So I kind of worry for the generation who are in school now, because it's just becoming less about the music and just more about being as rude and crude and vulgar and whatever else as you can be, and that's no good in my opinion. That's why, like I said, that's why I've got a lot of respect for Billie Eilish. She's at the top of the music food chain at the minute. She is the top dog, and she's just doing her thing. It's about the music, and I respect that.
Awesome. Thank you for letting me share. It is something I'm very open about and very, as you can tell, Jordan, raw about, because once again, I'm an advocate for all of you. I'm an advocate for anyone that just wants to, just have a sense of class and self-respect. And, there's nothing worse than someone allowing someone else or themselves to, be their own predator. And you can't sugarcoat or milk coat that. Okay. Stop being a predator. Nope. On that note, any shout out to anyone, and share with us any drops of what we're going to have to look forward to and from you next.
So obviously, as we said before, I've got my next single, Nervous, releasing on the 21st of August. So next week, next Friday. And there'll be a music video coming out for that on the day of release. So on Friday, the song will release. You'll be able to stream and download that on all the regular places: iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Music, all those places. And there'll be a music video out as well. The month after, so at some time in September, I'll be releasing another song. I won't give away the name of that song yet. In fact, no, I will give it. That song will be called "She's Not From Round Here," and that's basically about. I mean, simply that's about meeting a girl who is from a different city or a different area, and she has trouble. I've got quite a broad Sheffield accent. That's where I'm from. At times it comes through stronger than others. So that song is about meeting a girl and her going, "What are you talking about? I can't understand." Even if she's from the UK, just, "What did you just say? Can't understand it," because we have like our own lingo in different areas of the UK. So that's coming out in September. And yeah, keep your eyes and ears peeled. There will be more, and there'll be another cover with my mum coming very soon.
Well, I told you before we went on live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 that you're more than welcome to do a live drop here anytime. As long as you got some preparation, send me any photos, any information so we can get that out there. And I would like to, play it here.
Awesome. Yeah. I appreciate that, mate. Definitely.
And once again, would you like I'm going to give a shout out to Catherine. Catherine, thank you for giving us the gift of bringing Jordan into this world. And who else would you like to add to that?
Who else could I shout out?
Shout out your mom too, if you want.
Yeah, go on. Let's shout out. I'm sure she's still listening. So, Mom, if you're listening, hello. You know what? I think let me just double check something.
Okay, do it. Take your time.
She might. I'm double checking to see if she's back home. No, I was just checking if she'd arrived back home and carefully let herself in and tried to not make too much noise because she knows I'm obviously doing this interview. But no, she's not. So she's still out, which is a shame. But yeah, that's the shout out to my mum.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to having her on August 21st, and we can do same time. Let me know. We'll correlate it. And thank you for being with us here live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5.
Thank you for having me.
I truly appreciate you, Jordan. Everyone, thank you for tuning in on Facebook Live, Power 98.5 on Stephen Cuoco, as well as we are live on YouTube. Get the app, download, share. This will be on Spotify very soon. It's 11:22 East Coast time right now here in the States. So probably within the next half hour or so, it'll be up on Spotify and all other platforms. I will be airing this on Power 98.5, most likely next week. Just got to sort out some days. So, get on top of the email list and join up to be a VIP. Go to Jordan's YouTube, check out all his information. Definitely take a look at his videos. You will be impressed, especially with the iPhone video that was made, because I'm going to tell you, it looked like about a $5,000 project video, and you did very well. And also, do you have a personal or professional website you want to add to this?
I do, yeah. So if you search www.jordanrabjohn.com, I'll be honest, right now, the website, we're currently working on the website. So as of today, the website is not actually up, but it's there. We're just updating it. So any other day of the year, you will find my actual website. Today, you'll probably find some strange Google landing page that just says, I don't know, this page is under construction or whatever. But yeah, jordanrabjohn.com.
Okay, cool.
Is the one.
And then if you need any information, I'll send that over to you. And like I said, I'll send you the Spotify link. I will send you the dates or what day this episode will be airing. And if your manager has any questions or anything or needs any information, let me know. I'll send anything over to him or her. But I will send everything directly to you. I do have your email. And, welcome to Power 98.5. You're home.
Perfect.
And first come, first serve. Let me know of anything that's going on and everything that's going on.
Absolutely will do, mate. Thank you for that. It's really appreciated.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
on your socials and let's connect.